All right, I'm here at the reloading bench. These are the same 20 that I fired in the first video, but they were new in that video. These have been once fired. I've done all the normal brass prep things you would do with a 3/1000 shoulder bump and a 2.5 neck tension. Now we're going to reload them. I'll quickly run through some things that I have done and not done. I appreciate all your comments, and I might do all those things eventually. But in this video, I'm still kind of just feeling out, trying to figure out exactly what I've got. I did not clean the gun. I have changed to a scope with better magnification. Sticking with Varget powder for now. What I'm going to do is shoot a 5-shot group, starting out exactly the same as that last 5-shot group I shot in the first video that had 40 grains of Varget. But with these being once fired and customized to my chamber, I'm hoping I'll see a little bit of an improvement. Now that first group will have a 20/1000 off the lands jump, just like everything else has so far. Then I'm going to shoot another 5-shot group with the 50/1000 jump. Then I'm going to load up 2 more 5-shot groups, both with 1 more grain powder, so 41 grains of Varget. And I'll have a 20/1000 off the lands jump with one group and a 50/1000 off the lands jump with the other. So group 1 will be 40 grains, 20 thou jump. Group 2, 40 grains, 50 thou jump. Group 3, 41 grains, 20 thou jump. Group 4, 41 grains, 50 thou jump. All right, there they are, the 4 groups I talked about. And I always measure to the ogive, so I know some of you guys always ask me what the cartridge overall length is. The longest ones that are 20/1000 jump, they are around 2.891, so they're actually slightly under 2.9 inches. There you go. Let's go to the range and see what kind of results we get. All right, I think you're mainly caught up from the intro, but you see the scope that I put on, went back to the Discovery Optics ED Gen 2 5-25, so I can reach out there and actually see the target better. A lot of you guys commented on that. I'm letting the barrel completely cool down with the barrel cooler for like 5 minutes in between every shot, just like I did the last group on the last video. So in total, this is going to take me like 2 hours to shoot 20 shots, but that's out of the equation. I did set up the chronographs today just to see the standard deviation, which I've already put on the screen, but it was pretty good. Let's see if it was any better than last time. So those are 223, but that's the group. And to answer the question, no, it's actually worse. Pretty sure that was the first one, and then those were the last 4. Now that is by no means a terrible group. It's probably about 1.25 inch group. I'll actually measure it later, put it on the screen. So that is not any better. In fact, it's slightly worse than my last group. Now you might say, why are you shooting at this target? Which is a pretty cool target, by the way. I just sighted this scope back in with some other ammo, and it was shooting really low, and I wanted to make sure I hit the target. So now that I know where it's hitting, I'll adjust it, and I'm gonna go to this target over here. The SD was really doing good until that last shot. It kind of dropped it a little bit. It's interesting that the muzzle velocity for those 5 went down a little bit from the muzzle velocity from the first group. Exactly the same powder charge, just a different seating depth. Pretty cool. I don't know where the 5th one landed. I didn't look. I wanted to come down here and look at it. I could tell where the first 4 landed, and I'll point them out to you when I get down here. So let's check it out. That's not good. Those were the first 3. 4th one hit there, and apparently the 5th one went in the same hole. So that's about 1.5 inches. That actually might be a little bit more than 1.5 inches, but they're pretty much, I would say, the same on grouping. But honestly, I haven't saw a whole lot of difference between these 2, except for the drop in velocity with pushing back the seating depth by 30/1000. Let's go down here, look at the group while we're walking. I will say, despite the outcome of today, I'm really enjoying shooting. It's a nice day, and this is very relaxing. So I'm enjoying it, whether you guys enjoy it or not. I had a few people in the first video just, pounding the desk saying, you will not get a half-minute group with that gun. It's not going to happen. And with every response, I said, yeah, you're probably right, but it's fun to try. I don't understand really why somebody wants to comment that. I get it that it's hard to do. If it was easy to do, it wouldn't be a fun video. So it's fun to try things that aren't always easy. I do challenge anyone else out there, if you're watching this video and you have a YouTube channel and you have a gun and scope combo together under $1,000, film it. Show yourself getting consistent 5-shot half MOA groups. It's been done before. I know it can be done, but it's not as easy as you think. Okay, not good. That's about 1 3/4 inch group. So we're going the wrong way. So that grain of powder turned this into this. It got worse. Will it turn that into something similar? So we're going to keep this grain weight of powder, 41, but we're going to go to this seating depth of 50 thousandths off the lands. Let's see what happens. Just finished up the last shot. All in all, I'm pretty proud of the Discovery Optics scope and the channel gun, the Savage Axis project rifle. I'm proud of my hand loads. Despite what happened, I enjoyed the day and I'm proud of what my gun did. That first shot of that last group, I believe, was an outlier because the velocity on the other 4 were all down quite a bit, which makes sense because, once again, just like the first 2 groups, when I went from 20 thousandths seating depth to 50 thousandths, the velocity dropped. So that would make sense. So I think that first one was an outlier. One thing we can see from today is that going from 20 thousandths to 50 thousandths will drop your velocity in this particular load. Up until now, before this last group, the seating depth has had no effect on group size, nor has the increase in powder. This is the last group. I will tell you that the first 3 shots look really close together, and I'm not 100% sure on the last 2. So fingers crossed, let's go check it out. Well, dang it. This was the first 3. That one and then 2 in the same hole. Pretty sure that was the 4th one, and unbelievably, that was the 5th one. So I shot a 3-shot half-inch group. That don't count. Shot a 4-shot pretty close to half-inch group too. But the name of this game was a 5-shot half-inch group. And unfortunately, that jumped it up to about 1 1/4 inch. This is probably 1.5 inches. That's 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inches. It's probably 1.5 inches, something like that. I would say the average of the 4 groups today were between 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inches. However, I'll put it on the screen so you guys actually know, because I haven't measured it yet, but I will by the time you've seen this. So what do I do going forward? So, and before you comment, I fully understand of how normal testing goes, and you go by increments of like a 1/3 grain or a 1/2 grain, and then you plot it all out, and you do the same thing with seating depth, like 3 thousandths, you know. You plot it all out on graphs, and you try to look for the nodes and the flat spots. I fully understand how that works, and I did not do that. To be honest with you, I don't know if I have the patience. I'm just doing so many other things. If I was only working on that one load, and this was my big load to go deer hunting with or something, I probably would. But I'm just working on so many different loads, filming so many videos, that I'm going to use that as an excuse that I just don't have the time. So what I did was make big changes today, looking for the outlier so that on part 3 I could go down that route. And I honestly didn't see it. Groups are all about the same, not exactly, but all about the same. The only thing I saw for sure was that the velocity dropped when the seating depth went further back. So where am I at? I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Do you think I should change powder completely? I have been wanting to try Stay Ball Match, which I think would be good for this. It's hard for me to believe that Varget would be bad, but maybe Varget and my rifle are not the best friends. Or should I just throw out the AMAXs and go to like a burger bullet? I know some of you guys commented that, to get a burger bullet or some different bullets. I just personally feel like I had a pretty darn good bullet, pretty darn good powder, good brass, match grade primers. I feel confident in my reloading ability. Not that it's superb, but it's, I think, very consistent. I feel confident in my shooting today. I'm sure somebody could do better, but I think I did pretty darn good. Felt good about all the shots. I literally spent 2 hours out here letting the barrel cool between every single shot with the help of the barrel cooler. So it wasn't an overheating issue. And besides that first 3 shots that were like in a clover leaf of that last group, about 1.25 inch group, maybe 1.5 inches for 5 shots. Now, I wouldn't say that that's good. It's certainly not terrible, but I've shot now 8 5-shot groups. Now, they've had different charge weights and different things, but between 1 inch and 1.5 inches is what I've got on every single one. So I don't think I have a minute. I don't think I have a half-minute gun for sure. Guys, leave a comment. Do you think I should keep going down this rabbit hole? Or you think I should give it up and move on to something else? It don't bother me. It's been fun. No matter what you say, I have had a good time. If you like these 2 videos I've made, or if you dislike them, I've really had a good time. And based on the number of likes versus dislikes, I think you guys have too. But I've had a fun day out here today. I like my channel gun. I think for a cheap Savage Axis, it's shooting just fine. I would have liked better for sure, but it's been a fun day. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you liked it. And until next time, guys, take care.